How far are these caves from the town?
So we tried to go to the first caves, but they had just been caved in so that we couldn't get into them. So we went a little further north. I would say about 3 miles north is where we met up with the goblin group, and they dragged most of them back, the townspeople in, and I escaped.
So how long ago was this?
A day ago.
And you're just returning now?
Yeah, he was shot, and they left him for dead, and then he woke. Basically, kind of like when you guys go to 0, and then you wake an hour later, and then get up, and then he started coming back here.
Did you meet with these goblins before the cave?
Just outside of them.
And how many were there?
I don't know, 20, 40, 50.
Was the first cave you came to connected to the second cave you went to?
I don't know. We didn't go in it. The entrance that we knew of was blocked.
I take out a piece of paper and using the stuff I got last session, and I start trying to draw out a picture of large things I would know, large monsters like orcs and I guess goblinoids that would be large, that would sort of match his description.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's like just really stupid or if he's trying to deceive us?
You certainly can roll an insight check.
He's really stupid.
Of that I'm pretty sure.
I love how you guys just assume stuff.
We're PCs, that's what we do.
What's the current time right now?
Sun has set.
Like 8,
You
9
have 2
PM?
torches on the tower, so it's probably like 7 or 8, maybe getting on to 8:30ish.
We're in fall, right? Or fallish equivalent season?
Flame Rule, I believe, is a summer.
So
I
it'd probably
contend.
be closer to like 9 o'clock, wouldn't it? 9 or 10?
I would say 8:39.
Okay.
I contend that right now is the best time for us to go. We have many party members that can see at night. Our monk fights best at night, and that gives us the element of surprise.
But so do goblins.
We would also risk being exhausted because we'd be going into a fight without rest because we've been training all day.
And while you're talking, he points at one of the pictures you've drawn, Ian, and it's the picture of an ogre.
Oh, it's a picture of an ogre. Alright, sweet.
My
And how many did you say there were?
What was the
Several.
question?
How many did he say there were? Are the ogres that he saw?
He's not sure of the number.
the insight
More
check,
than one.
did that reveal anything?
Yeah, insight check reveals that he's being truthful. You're not seeing any deceit coming from him. You can tell that he's somebody who was near the brink of death and has barely struggled back from it.
Alright, so
Did he
I
show
deal.
us on... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna yell over to Armel to check him for a concussion.
No, he's fine.
Okay.
Man's obviously shaken. Half of his friends have been slain right in front of him.
Yeah.
Perhaps a little bit of compassion would go a long way.
I am all for compassion, but when you're not sure if there's 20, 40, or 50 of something, perhaps something got scrambled.
And now you hear another whistle from the keep.
Oh, shit.
And he's got a torch held up, and he's using hand signals in front of the torch so that Sideri can see him.
As soon as I
Jeez.
noticed that, I run back up to the guard tower.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and put yourself on the drawbridge so that you can kind of see outside. Sideri's watching the hand signals, and she has a very quizzical look on her face, and she's like, he says 7 approach on horseback coming from the south.
From the south.
Timing is everything.
7 of what?
From where we came from? That's south?
Yeah, south would be back along the road.
Alright. Well, I wait until I can see something.
Yeah, and then let me I'll put them on the road here. They're approaching, and you can see them. You kind of get a good look at them by the time. I mean, your vision is only. What's your night vision? How far is it?
Oh god. That's a very, very, very good question, my DM.
That would be on a character sheet that I know you have, right? Like 60 feet?
I don't think that's something I write down. I can look it up though.
Any of the other elves?
Yeah,
on their
I
sheet?
have it. Yeah,
What type of elf?
But your
Would-
Drow elf
would
would be
I believe
differently.
it's 60.
60, I think.
Yep, dark
Drow's the
vision
only
60.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, 60.
So you see them. My movement thing here. Just getting them on the map here. There we go. So you see 7 figures on horses. They're walking up the road, not in any hurry. You could see them kind of looking at the keep, and then you see them looking at the smashed tower, and they're riding up towards the drawbridge, which is raised at the moment.
What do they look like?
You can see they're humans, dressed in just regular outdoor kind of gear. They are armed, various weapons on them. You can't quite tell color because now that it's dark, your night vision doesn't actually show you any color, so you're not really. It's all kind of just in grays, and they still are approaching up to the drawbridge.
I yell down at the closest guard and I say,
And actually, too, I put them pretty close, but I'll give you guys time to do stuff before they actually get that close. So whatever the group wants to do, as they're kind of walking up the road towards the drawbridge.
I yell down to the guard and say it's 7 humans on horseback. They seem armed and in regular just outdoors gear. Outdoor gear.
I'll go up the tower, the other tower, and yell out to them. Friend or foe?
You're gonna wait till they get close enough.
Oh, they're
yell
not
to
close
them?
enough?
Well, I'm waiting to see what the group's gonna do while they're still approaching. So I want to give everybody an
okay, I
opportunity
got you.
to do something before they actually get that close.
Yeah, okay.
So when Jarral starts to walk away, I like thump him in the arm and I'm like, "That's it. They're humans. They'll never see us coming. Let's sneak out and get them."
I look at Greybeard quizzically, and I'm like, I'm going up the tower. I'm not going outside.
Oh, I'll just follow you then.
Come. So
Right.
I guess Greybeard's gonna be up the tower too.
Yeah, Sidiri is up in a tower. Let me get back to the objects layer here. There we go. So I'll put the guards in each of the towers also. and then one will stand outside. Anybody else before we have these guys approach? All right, so they get into shouting distance. You can kind of see them now where... So go ahead.
Okay. I yell friend or foe.
He looks at you and he says, "Friend of Nightstone, who are you?"
That's a beautiful image, by the way. Just utterly beautiful. A dark elf yelling it from their tower.
We are a protector of Nightstone. Who are you?
He looks at Protector. Seems like there's quite a bit of damage here. You didn't do very good protecting.
So, I'm thinking they're not part of the town. So is...
No, the Sidiri is... Sidiri's in the other tower.
Okay, so I kind of glance over to...
She's in Ian's tower, and Sidiri whispers to Ian, says, I don't know who these people are. I've never seen them.
All right. I stage whisper over to what is your name? Jarral. Loud enough so he can hear me, but not loud enough so the guys outside can hear me. And I say, they're not from here. They're not from this town.
And now they're standing right outside.
There's a rushing lake and a rushing river outside of us. Can't hear me.
They're just kind of all sitting on their horses. Just outside the gate here, and they're talking to you. So let me just get them in place.
I look at Sidiri and I look at her like, do your job. Speak to these people.
Yeah. Okay. So Sidiri's I'm guard Sidiri. What's your name? And the lead horse guy. And actually, go ahead and give me a perception check for the people that are on the tower. Now that they're in the light of the torches at the drawbridge here.
Fuck you. Oh man. I'm rolling great today. Let's do some things, guys.
They're
Rolling
demons. Throw a javelin.
You've noticed that they're actually dragons. All right, so those are the people that are on the tower.
I thought you were being serious.
No, check that perception check.
She knows their history and lineage. No.
Yeah.
You actually recognize that the lead guy who's talking is actually a half elf, and the rest are humans. He says, "I am Zolkin Alisandar. We're the bounty hunters from Waterdeep. We heard one of our marks is here in town, and we're here to collect." And Sidiri says, "Somebody's here in our town. Who are you looking for?"
I'm not here.
And Greybeard says he's not here. I hear you have a dwarf in there. I'm just kidding. Zolkin says, "We're here for Kella Darkhope. She's wanted in Waterdeep. Are you harboring this fugitive?" You're starting to notice that these are definitely they wear the clothes kind of like you guys do. Some are armored, some have bows, very similar to how your group is. You would almost think a mercenary group, or these are not just townsfolks or merchants or anything. These are definitely people that know their way around weapons.
And what was the name of the person they were looking for?
Killa Darko.
Yeah, Kella Darkhope is the name he gave. He said his name was Zolkin Alisander.
Alisander.
Sidiri kind of looks at you guys like, I don't know of a Kella Darkhope. Are any one of you named Kella Darkhope?
If your name is Kella Darkhope, could you please raise your hand?
Yeah, if she's wanted, would she really go by this name? Do you have more to go on? Like a description, maybe?
Oh yeah, we know what she looks like.
And
Considering there's only 3 females here, and you can see 2 of them, and the other one's a bird, I highly doubt she's here.
Figuratively? But like the English way of saying that woman is a bird.
So he says,
She's a bird. She's got feathers. and a...
Oh, the actual bird.
I think we've established that was racist.
Yeah.
Teagraiel's super racist. He's an elf.
I was so confused.
yeah, he kind of looks at you and he's like, so are you denying us access to this town?
Yes.
We are denying access to everyone to this town. What has
And what right do you have? Who are you? And he asks for your names.
I just flick him off. I flip him the bird.
You are not in a position to ask our names. However,
Where is Sidiri?
Sidiri's on the tower dumbstruck now because normally they would not. I mean, normally they would just let this kind of group in. I mean, groups come to town. But now the way you guys are acting, she's not sure what to do. So she's kind of stopped talking at this point.
Would suggest this is not our town. We should let her take the lead.
I mean, but these are dangerous people walking into an abandoned town with 8 of us.
Well, town's only been abandoned for a day or two. If they came from the south, they may not have even known about the attack.
Well, that's not my suggestion. It's that if they're stronger than us, they can very easily murderize us and take over the town.
Is that spoken out loud?
Yeah, obviously there's a conversation happening up on the towers, and Zolkin's just kind of, and he actually starts having a conversation with the guys in the back, and he's like, take down their descriptions. You can kind of hear him say to one of the guys behind him, and one of the guys takes a parchment out, and he's kind of looking up at you guys and writing down something on paper. And Sidiri at this point is looking at Ian. She's like, whatever you want to do.
How far are you willing to go to find this mark?
Well, we have a writ that says we're allowed to chase her to the ends of the earth. She's created many crimes in Waterdeep, so we'll go wherever we need to go to find her.
So Jarral's gonna kind of stage whisper over to PB that to kind of suggest, or not PB.
I would say the way those towers are, he's going to hear also. So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you'd have to get down and go over or something.
Told you we should have got him in the dark, Jarral. I say that quietly.
Perhaps we should see this writ.
Yeah, he pulls out parchment, and it's in a scroll case, and he takes the top off a scroll case, and he.
Oh, that was kind of
out.
said to PB and to Sidiri.
Okay, then he doesn't do that yet.
Because we're not gonna be.
Can we see your writ?
Yeah, we can't see it from there.
Okay. So he pulls it out, and he takes. He has a scroll case, and out of the scroll case comes a parchment, and you can kind of see. I mean, you can't read it obviously from right where you are, but you can see it's obviously writing on it. There's obviously a red wax seal at the bottom of it. You can't quite see if there's any marks. It's got a little ribbon thing on it. I mean, it looks like kind of a writ at this range, but you're not sure what it says.
Is the drawbridge down?
No.
No. Drawbridge is up.
How do I put this? The people of this town have been captured by goblins. If you would like to possibly find this Caladarko, you can accompany us tomorrow morning to go venture and save these people, and there you can find your mark.
All right, you see him turn around on his horse, and he kind of moves closer to these two, and they're having some type of conversation.
The horse is in distress.
And his back is kind of to you, and the guys are kind of nodding, and they're having some type of conversation. It goes on for maybe a minute. They're almost ignoring you at this point.
That's fine. I look at Sidiri.
Sidiri's like, she just gives you the shrug. She's like, I have no idea what's going on. She's like, for all I know, rocks are going to start dropping out of the sky again. Fireball.
Confident.
All right, a minute goes by, and without a word, they all turn, and they begin riding back down the road. Not very fast, kind of a trot, but not a run or a gallop.
All right, then.
And they begin to head south again until you can't see them anymore.
You motherfuckers. As they come back. What did these guys look like? What did these guys look like? The head guy was a half elf.
Yeah.
What was
The rest were
his,
human,
like-
I think, weren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
The other 6 were human. Some male, some female.
Mercenary.
Riding horses, very mercenary looking. So, obviously wearing sword belts. Some had swords over their backs, some on their hips. Daggers. Some had bows. A couple had crossbows. Wearing cloaks, riding clothing. Some had armor underneath their clothing. Not really any uniforms or anything.
What was his physical description? Like his features that I would be able to describe to someone else if I were asking about him.
He seemed probably in his mid-30s. Let's see if I have a good description here. Charming features.
Okay.
Does it give me anything else? All right. So yeah, he just has brownish hair. He did have it cut so that his ears were showing. So he obviously was not hiding the fact that he was a half-elf. Very confident posture. Was brownish short hair. You couldn't really tell much else in just the torchlight. Clean shaven.
Clean shaven.
That's about
Yeah,
as much
look
as you could tell.
I look at Sidiri and I tell her to keep an eye out for them. I don't think they'll try anything.
Yeah,
But they
she
might
does
come
she does a
back.
whistle, and she sends some hand signals to the guard tower, and then the guard tower you hear a whistle back, and it's a little bit different whistle than the alarm. You guys are starting to pick up a little bit, like you're recognizing what the alarm whistle was, and you hear like more of an answering whistle, and he's kind of watching, them head to the south. The person up on the tower right now is Torm Breck.
Orm. Okay. I make my way down and I convene with the group.
All right, let's while you guys are thinking about that, let's take our first break of the evening.